Hello, what's face? Welcome back to a new video. Tigon here. In today's video, we are going to be talking about how can Farlight become the #1 game, period. And what I mean by that is there's currently like 3 top shooters. You're going to have Warzone, Apex, and Fortnite. These are the top pillars. How can Farlight break into that market? Because that's something the devs clearly want to do, especially when they go ahead and bring the game over to console. And they've said themselves, how do they make this game unique? Well, the game already has one thing about it that is unique, and it's jetpacks. Now, other than advertising to actually make the game or let more people know about it, how do you keep the current players that are still here and keep it interesting for them? Yes, in-game events and stuff like that, it's going to go ahead and help the game a lot, but there are some core issues that Farlight 84 needs to address. And these things, I believe, would go ahead and make the game stand out, not just in mobile, but in general. And so here's what I propose. First off, Farlight has a pacing issue. Yes, I know that sounds crazy, but it does have a pacing issue. When you're playing the game, there are certain points in time where you just can't move. And why can't you move? Because your jetpack is charging. What this essentially means is until your jetpack is charged, you cannot move or you will get beamed. Now, in any other movement game, and this is what this game advertises itself as, that is not an issue. For example, if I'm playing Warzone, there's no point in time where I need to be absolutely still. I can always keep on moving and outplaying my opponents. Same thing with COD Mobile. If you're playing COD Mobile, you will always be able to move and outplay your opponents consistently until you stop doing so. You don't have to camp. Even in a game like Apex, you're going to always be able to move and outplay your opponents. Unless you are healing, there's no reason in which you have to be still. However, in Farlight, because the game has a high time to kill and has movement, if you are not using your boost at that point in time, you are pretty much a sitting duck. You have to go ahead and wait. You have to go ahead and camp. So something like that will make Farlight feel and play a lot better. How do you fix this, right? There's several ways I have proposed. One thing is, a lot of people might not like it, but sliding. Sliding is now a core gameplay mechanic in almost every game in 2023 that is a shooter or movement shooter has it. Even PUBG technically has it in their multiplayer version. But essentially, if you look at the game Farlight and you look at a mechanic such as jumping, you technically don't need to jump in this game, not at all. If you need to get over something, you can mantle. If you need to climb up something, you can use the wall climb feature, but jumping is actually not necessary. But why is it still in the game? Jumping has become a staple of almost all games, and it's a movement that every game includes because it's just something that adds a level of depth to the game. And that's what sliding can do. Warzone has sliding, COD Mobile has sliding, Apex has sliding, and even now Fortnite has sliding, and Fortnite didn't used to have that at all. And once again, PUBG still technically even has sliding in a multiplayer mode. So something like that would make it so whenever you're not going ahead and actually using the jetpacks, you can do it. Now, it doesn't need to be something broken. It could be something that's skillful, in which unless you're hitting a running start, you can't hit that slide. Have some sort of fatigue. It doesn't have to be spammy, if that makes sense. This would tie the game together and stop there from being lulls or stops and pauses in the gameplay. Now, something else that can be done is parkour movement. If you look at Fortnite, they have it, but a game that's really close to my heart and I really love is called Sunset Overdrive. And as you guys can see, there's movement all over this map, and the movement is not even in the characters themselves. What the movement is environmental movement. One game that actually does this currently is Fortnite, but also Apex does it with its zip lines. So something like adding zip lines to buildings, or even using the very boost spots that the game already has. Look at Carnival. There's boost spots in Carnival. You can take those boost spots and put them all around the map, essentially allowing players to use them whenever they need to, and it adds another level of depth to the game. They can even do something as far as using certain objects. Let's say if you jump on a car, this is just an example, you get a little bounce, right? It's going to take the game to a different level and make it play unlike other games. Now, last but not least, for movement, one of the best characters in the game was 𝓬𝓬𝓬𝓲𝓪. And why was 𝓬𝓬𝓬𝓬𝓬𝓲 so fun to play? Because he actually allowed you to use what made Farlight special, which is its jetpacks, which no other game has. Something like a siphon, especially if I get a kill, I'm able to use one boost. They allow the game to once again play and flow better. And if you want to keep with the game's theme, you can even use jetpacks in sliding. Just have the jetpack boost downward whenever you slide. Same way jetpacks also are viewed when you're wall running. Now, last but not least, people might not like this, but I think all these changes right here will definitely make Farlight a very good game. But if Farlight wants to stand out in the console market and in the PC market, and these are things and concerns that the devs themselves have expressed, adding FPP option to the game would definitely do so, because it would make it look unlike anything on the market currently. And by adding FPP, I mean actually just giving it an option. It does not have to be another mode. In fact, I don't think there's any PC game that allows you to freely switch between FPP and TPP at will. So I think this would be a great addition. A lot of times when I'm playing my game or I'm making videos, people say, or they'll ask, is that Fortnite? Currently, it looks like a Fortnite clone because it's in third person. If this game was in first person, it would look like nothing else on the market. This very game in particular would look absolutely amazing because of the actual boost. You would literally have trails following your movement. The game would be very pretty and look nothing like anything else. And the game could also capitalize on things like melee weapons and heirlooms, and it would look absolutely amazing in first person. You can even add an inspect. Imagine boosting backwards out of a window in first person and inspecting your weapon. Essentially adding a bit of spice or sauciness to the game as a whole. What's gonna make it stand out? Even to this day, COD Mobile, why you see so many new creators popping off on that game, is because they're able to carve out a lane in which they have their own unique playstyle and something that they use. And so by Farlight adding more depth to it, flushing the game out fully, this will let the game create its own identity, and players and creators create their own identity within the game, giving the game life and making it stand out amongst its peers. Any one of these things could be added. I think all of them could potentially be added if done right, but let me know what you guys think in the comments, and I'll catch you in the next one. Peace.